Anyway, guys, so I'm just at home over here. I'm just doing my own life. I'm relaxing. I'm doing a audio program with you guys. I'm just learning from the outcome. I'm learning from what I'm doing. And I have to say, life is easy. Life is easy. Life is not difficult to live life. It takes a few simple disciplines every single day, and you can have health. So it's much more about learning how to grow yourself in the process of life. I ask God what to do now. God says just talk. God's with me over here. I'm learning how to persuade myself to do better. I have to push myself to communicate. I have to push myself every single day to do something at least. Because that's the way it is. See, so guys, so now I am living in integrity right now. So the thing is that I want to help myself to explain some stuff around what's been happening around my life, for example. So the thing is that the more in terms of my life, the more I explain things, the better I am. So I have to be always constantly explaining things to the audio programs that I do, or to the video programs that I do, or anything like that, because it's just a way for me to escape reality in a way that I'm living life to the fullest in the way I live life now. So I'm understanding that, for example, I'm living in integrity right now, but I'm not sure how long I can go living in integrity right now. So I have to understand that my next meal is going to be Weet-Bix with soy milk. And then after that, I'm going to have some tofu. And that's it for today. I understand that's plenty for me today. I understand that, for example, my food, in terms of life, I have rich food every single day, but I have to keep consistent in terms of that, because it's low-fat food, and I have to eat low-fat food to lose weight. And that's very important for you also to understand that tofu and Weet-Bix or cereals are a low-fat food, and you must always eat that because it has a lot of iron, and has a lot of fiber, and it has a lot of B vitamins as well. So make sure you understand that you have to get your vitamins every single day. You have to be always constantly doing things. But for example, just recently I was playing poker, and I went to Castle Hill over here in the nice and beautiful Blacktown area, and it's close to Blacktown in Sydney, Australia. And I've been doing my quotes. I've been doing things around my quotes over here. But the thing is that I have to always talk better. I have to always make sure that I'm talking better and that I'm doing a better way of life. And there's nothing much more to say than that. But the thing is that there's always more to say anyway. And you always have to understand that, for example, my goal every single day is to upload as much content as possible online, so that my voice can be heard, and so that I can explain myself, and so that my legacy is true to who I want to be, and to the extent that I want to be in terms of life. So make sure every single day that you're always uploading as much content as possible online, so that people can hear you out. So for example, I'm not talking for nothing over here. I'm understanding that someone's out there going to actually read this, and is going to be able to go and see my content, and is going to be able to grow from it in some kind of way, and they're going to learn about me. They're going to learn about my life. So as long as I voice my opinion out there, and as long as I get my opinion out there across in terms of who I am, I promise you that's it. I promise you nothing else. I promise you nothing else do I want to do much better than that. So every single day I just want to voice my opinion out there as much as possible, so that I'm growing myself in the best kind of way, and just talk on the better side every single time, and nothing else. So every single day you have to understand, every single day, to always do better for yourself, making sure that you're always doing something in regards to helping yourself grow. But make sure you understand something about incense sticks. Do you know how those Asian people have those incense sticks? They light up that candle and it just blows everywhere as smoke. And you must understand that is a carcinogen. You must understand that smoke can cause cancer. So make sure you never get yourself incense sticks, because I've learned now that since I got myself incense sticks and stuff like that, I was sleeping and I was blowing that smoke all over my room, and I couldn't breathe properly. So I took it out of my room, and I help myself to cleanse my room much better in terms of air with the air conditioner, and that way I am not going to burn incense sticks anymore because it can cause cancer. Now I'm understanding that if I do get cancer, for example, then I'm understanding that I'm gonna live my life anyway and I'm gonna die slowly anyway, but the thing is I'm gonna grow in the same time as well. So I'm gonna grow myself in the best kind of manner forward. I'm understanding I'm very lucky today to be where I am. I understand that otherwise I would have been in jail by now. I'm understanding that I would have either killed someone, or I would have accidentally killed someone, or I would have killed myself, for example. And I understand how much suffering I went through. And now the suffering that I went through in my life is not living my word. I wasn't living my word. I wasn't living up to the potential that I can. And that's what's made me suffer. Unfortunately, it made me suffer in terms of psychologically suffer. I wasn't physically suffering. I'm not physically suffering while I'm smoking cigarettes, for example. And the thing is that it's just the way it is. I don't physically suffer when I do drugs, for example. I'm not physically suffering. For example, you must understand that when I was drinking alcohol before, I mean, when you vomit, you feel like shit. I mean, that's not suffering. I mean, it's not pain. I mean, you don't feel pain from that. But what you do feel pain from is if you do get a tumor or if you get cancer, then it does manifest into pain because that cancer is spreading throughout your body and your body's dying slowly. But the thing is that a tumor that grows in one place can start to hurt in your body. So always check yourself out. I mean, check your blood. I mean, check the person you are, and just have faith that you can do it. I mean, have faith that you can be someone much more special for yourself and that you can be much more better in terms of what you're saying and what you're doing. But some of the best conversations I had in my life is with myself. And I grew upon that. I grew upon expressing myself every single day, pushing my boundaries, making sure that every single day I can go and express myself the best way I can every single day so that I can keep doing my work. And now I'm understanding that right now I'm living life for free. I'm understanding everything that I've been given until now has been for free. I'm pretty sure other people have been giving me money until I'm 30 years of age, and you must understand, I'm still 29 years of age, but until I'm 30 years of age, I promise you, I've been getting money for free from the government and from people in terms of my dad and family. And you must understand that I've been living on other people's money, and you must understand that, for example, I never worked much the 9 to 5 job to understand how it feels to have $70,000 in your bank account, for example. But I understand how much hard work goes into having money in your pocket, for example. I understand how much people have to stand around like idiots at a function somewhere, like a security guard, for example, has to stand around and has to control the crowd, for example. I mean, you have to understand that it's not a tough job, but it can get tough. I mean, you can be very, very soothing as well. I mean, you get to communicate with people, you get to get out of the house and all that. But the thing is that there are better things to do than that. I mean, there's always something better to do than what you're doing. So today I never chose to go to poker because it's just too much for me. I mean, I didn't feel good to go. I didn't want to go because it just felt too much poker at the same time. I felt that poker yesterday was a good game for me. I had a really good game. I had a really, really special game yesterday, and I understand I sat for about 7 hours playing poker from 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock. I mean, that's about 8 hours. And I didn't make any money from it, but I was very close to making some money. But the thing is that you must understand that poker is mentally draining, and very soon enough I'm going to quit poker and I'm not going to play poker anymore because I don't feel that I need to. I don't want to play, especially if I'm working a 9 to 5 job and I'm earning money. I don't want to go poker. I don't want to play poker because it's just a game that you can win, but at the same time you can lose while you're winning. I mean, you understand, the thing is that you have to always deal with yourself in a way that you're helping yourself to do a better job, for example. So always make sure that you're doing something special for yourself, that you're always controlling yourself and not controlling the crowd. I mean, never ever go outside yourself for anything. I mean, never try to go outside of yourself to find pleasure or scraps of pleasure out there, because you won't find it out there. I mean, out there is nothing. I mean, it's all nothingness in this world. You must understand that this world is nothing and something at the same time. And you must understand that if you look inside of yourself, I promise you, the people that look really good are looking inside of themselves, and they're looking for answers inside of themselves. And that's why Delta Goodrem, for example, this woman who's a singer, I mean, she looks really good. I mean, you must understand she's shining. And the reason she shines and people shine in life is because they're looking inside. They're looking inside of themselves for answers. I mean, they're looking inside of themselves and they're understanding much more about life, that nothing can fulfill them other than themselves. So, for example, myself over here, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids. But the thing is that you must understand that I do have kids and a wife in the planet. I promise you, you must understand, I have to believe in that. But the thing is that I'm not going to go out there searching for a wife and woman. I'm not going to go out there trying to get kids, for example, for myself. I'm going to just go through life. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to live my life to the fullest every single day. I'm going to do the best job I can every single day to live my best quality life. And if a woman doesn't come along to help me, to give me kids, then I'm going to be happy alone. I'm going to understand that this life is much better off to be alone than to be with someone that doesn't fit my needs, for example. So you must understand that no matter what, that if you control yourself every single day and you control the person you are, and you just teach, I mean, you do something for fun, you just make sure every single day you're doing something to help your life every single day. You're just doing something to read, and the more you read, the more awareness you have. So, for example, I recently learned that 24 years of your life, you're going to be active and you're going to be walking around and you're going to be running around, for example. But 56 years of your life, you're going to be either on the bed sleeping, or you're going to be also laying down, or you're going to be sitting down on the couch, for example. So that's what I learned in books. And you must understand that that's up to the 80 years of age mark. So, for example, people who live up to 80 have at least been active 24 years of their life, whilst 56 years of their life they've been sitting down on the couch or laying around. I mean, in a sense, so the thing is that that's the way of life. I mean, you must understand, I've seen this guy recently. This guy is 85 years of age and he looks 33. I mean, you must understand, he looks really young in his body. I mean, his body looks really young because he's really controlling himself to be able to go and manifest that kind of body for himself, where he's bodybuilding, but he's just doing strength training and stuff like that. At 80 years of age, he's able to lift himself up. And he's really strong. I mean, you must understand, it's really good to be strong. And it's nice to have that kind of body. I mean, it's nice to be able to go and have the great looking body that you can have every single day. And you have to push your limits. But the thing is, you must understand that for myself, I don't have those goals where I want to have the best body in the world. I mean, you must understand, I want to have the body that I used to have. I want to have that body. I want to be lightweight. And then eventually I can also go to the gym and I can start pumping weights and start looking great in my body. But I think it's a waste of time. I mean, what does God say about that? I mean, God says if you understand anything about God, I mean, God always wants to do the best he can in everything. I mean, you must understand, so every single day you must understand that I don't see Jesus Christ going to the gym to lift some weights, for example, and to do all that. I mean, for myself over here, I'm understanding that if I really, really control myself every single day, I'm going to be able to go and really, really manifest the best life for myself every single day. And I have to do that behind the scenes while nobody's watching except me. And I have to also live the life of my dreams every single day. But to go Q Space Hotel right now, I don't feel like going over there. I mean, if I'm going to be able to quit smoking, I'm going to do it in my dad's house. I'm going to be able to do it in my dad's house. And I'm understanding that it's all psychological. Every single day you must understand that if you want to quit drugs, it's all psychological. It's just understanding yourself every single day to go through the trauma that you may go through in terms of life, where you may crave a drug, in terms of you may be craving your drug. I mean, you may be craving a drug and your brain may want to crave that alcohol or that cigarette or that caffeine hit, for example, so you feel energy or so that you feel much better about yourself. But if you just abstain from it for a longer period of time, I promise you, you're going to be able to at least have some energy in yourself every single day. You're going to be natural. You're going to be every single day growing yourself to the best extent possible. You're going to be every single day doing the best you can every single day. So for example, I'm looking at the TV right now. I see these guys are really courageous. I see they're really trying for themselves to do a better way of life. I see they're going slowly through life, but I see every single day they're training and they're working on themselves every single day. And that's very important, is to make sure you feel feel yourself through life. Understand that your body never craves the drugs. Your body's never craving anything other than making sure that every single day you do the best job you can. And every single day you always need to do better for yourself. You need to learn how to grow yourself every single day. You need to go and control yourself. You make sure that you're always doing a better way of life. And there's nothing else to say about that other than to make sure that you're growing every single day and doing the best you can every single day. You must understand there's everything to say in everything. You must understand that you have to grow yourself in the best way you can every single day. And you have to always explain things. And the more you explain things, the more you can actually grow. But the thing is that if you're not doing well for yourself right now, if you're not doing the best job you can, I promise you can do it. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe so much in yourself that you don't need anything outside of yourself to feel special, and that you don't need anything outside of yourself to feel good. You understand? Your body feels good naturally. You must understand that your body's always feeling good. And you must understand every single day that if you really control your temper every single day, make sure that you never get angry or upset at other people for something that you wouldn't do, for example, or something that you would do. Make sure you understand that it's more, never get upset around other people. And make sure you understand, I spoke to this one lady and she said, never get upset for doing things with other people where they do something that you wouldn't do. Do you understand? So never get upset. You must understand every single day, just always encourage yourself to do better. Encourage yourself to live that life that you can every single day. So you have to always live life to the best ability that you can. But you have to keep speaking, and that's the thing about engaging people and engaging yourself every single day. You have to understand every single day. Some of my life coaching videos, in terms of life coaching audio programs, have been just totally off notch. You must understand that I've learned from it. I've learned to never ever make audio programs where I don't speak as much into the audio program, because otherwise it gets boring for people to listen to. But the thing is that they learn something about me. They learn something about my life. And you must understand that my life is just a documentary. It's a documentary of my life. I'm just one life in the world. There's many lives around. There's many people around that you can get a story from. You must understand, everybody's trying to do their best. Even if they're doing their worst, I'm pretty sure, even if people are doing their worst job in the world, I'm pretty sure they're trying to do their best. Everybody's trying to do the best they can to the extent that they can every single day. But it's just about disciplines every single day, disciplining yourself to make sure that you have that life. That life that you want. What is that life anyway? That life is health. When you have your health, and when you're feeling vibrant, and when you're feeling young again, and when you're feeling that you can do whatever you want to do, and you can go wherever you want to go, and you have the energy for it, I promise you that's where you want to be. You want to be in that position where you're actually flying. You're flying inside of yourself. You're going places. You're traveling. You're just helping yourself to have that best life possible every single day. So for example, right now in Australia, I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I can go to the doctor. I can get myself a medical certificate for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years. And the thing is that my excuse is that I have schizophrenia, I have a disability support pension, and I don't have to work a 9 to 5 job. So the thing is that when I don't have to work a 9 to 5 job, I find myself at home most of the time, and I find myself in like a prison cell at home. My home's like a prison cell, but I have a phone, I have quotes to do, I have things to do, like my passions. And all my passions are just transferring information to other people. I promise you nothing else. I promise you that's my passion. My passion is just transform and transcribe my information to other people, and just give my information to other people. I promise you nothing else. I understand my job also is to consume as much content as possible, so that I can go and benefit myself in terms of experience, and to have something of nature where I can go and live my life to the best extent possible as well. So living my life to the best extent possible every single day is the job that I want to be doing every single day of my life. And I just want to look good in front of other people. I want to be able to get that body I have again. And I'm understanding that body right now that I had before is the youngest looking body that I ever had in my life. And it's just that kind of nature where I was at a position where my body was not like, for example, bodybuilding kind of body, but the body that was just at the body length that I want to be at. I want to be at that lightweight kind of thing, and I can get myself back there. But it's been 19 days now since I ate McDonald's, for example. I mean, it's been 4 days since I ate potatoes, so I'm staying away from all that carbohydrates and stuff like that as much as possible now, especially. And I'm going to start really, really being a vegan again, and I'm going to help myself to be a vegan because I have that information. I have the information of a vegan. I can be a vegan for myself. I just have to do it. I mean, I have to do it every single day. I have to eat those foods that are veganism food. And I'm staying away from rice now. I'm never going to eat rice again. I'm never going to eat rice again. I'm never going to eat pasta again in my life. And I'm helping myself to deal with life in a greater basis for myself, to live the best life possible for myself. But I find, for example, right now, I'm not bored. I'm not bored, but I have to always say that. I always have to say that I'm not bored. I'm not bored of life because I'm doing something. I'm always doing something. I have to do something to succeed. I have to make sure I'm living that lifestyle that I want to live for myself, to have that kind of explanation moving forward. So my dad's actually coming back in the house right now, and it's good to see my dad in the world, to be honest, but very soon enough I'm not going to see him anymore because I'm going to my mum's house and I'm going to live with my mum. And now I understand my dad's special in my heart. I mean, you must understand that he's made me suffer a lot of times with cigarettes, and now you must understand that it's not that kind of suffering. I mean, you must understand that the suffering he put me through, really, in terms of pain, is when he was hitting me. And now you must understand, my dad used to hit me, and I used to feel pain from that. I used to feel a lot of pain. But the thing is that I felt pain even when I was walking and when I was dancing. I felt a lot of pain. I mean, you must understand that he didn't make me suffer as much as other people, for example, when they suffer, for example. I mean, what's much more suffering is that suffering is a choice. I mean, suffering is something that you go through and you put yourself through, that in terms of life where you don't want to be doing that, but you do it anyway. I mean, for example, suffering is, for example, when you want to be your best version, but something grabs you and something says, don't do it. And psychologically, that's suffering for me, because you want to do it, but then you don't. And the thing is that you want to be your best version, but then you don't. Or you have that information, you have the information to be your best version, but you don't do that information, or you don't live your talk to the point that you want to. And then, for example, when you want to, then you don't want to. I mean, it's like you want to live life, but then you don't want to live life. I mean, you understand? I mean, it's like you want to be the best you ever can be every single day, but then you don't want to do the necessary action to be able to get to that place. And that's like suffering for me. I mean, that's something that is just a label on that, but the thing is that it's like you're going back and forwards. I mean, you understand? And you're not making a decision for good to be able to go to that place that you want to be. So, for example, when you want to be somewhere, but you don't make that decision fully, and you don't want to actually help yourself to grow into that person that you want to be, apparently then that's suffering for me. I mean, that's suffering in a lot of attempts. Like, for example, when you want to help yourself, but you don't help yourself. I mean, when you're not helping yourself, I mean, that's suffering. I mean, you're saying when you're not helping yourself. And for me, when you're going downhill, or when you're not your best version, I mean, when you're not your best version, that's suffering for me. I mean, when you're not at your best, I mean, that's suffering for me. I mean, do you understand? So the thing is it suffering? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's suffering. And now I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. But the thing is, you must understand, that pain is something different. I mean, people have a lot of pain in life. I mean, they go through a lot of pain in life, but through the pain comes joy. For example, you must understand that if you go to the gym and you run and run, eventually the next day your legs are going to be sore and it's going to be painful for you to walk. I mean, you understand, because you ran a lot. Or if you're building muscle and then the next day your muscles are in pain, I mean, eventually the more you build your muscle, then eventually your muscle gets stronger and you get bigger and you get stronger and more strength you have, and then you have a greater looking body because you went through all that pain. I mean, you understand? So the thing is that some people are not willing to go through that pain. I mean, some people are not willing to go through all that pain and suffering in terms of life, and that's totally bearable and that's totally understandable that people don't want to go through all that pain to get the body that they want. But some people like me don't want to go and have the best version body, for example, because the outlet is different and I have a different outlet. I want to be able to go, instead of going to the gym, I want to go and transcribe my information and give my information to people, and that's it. I promise you. And I find that many people don't have the body that they want in life, and some people are totally okay with that, and some people are not. I mean, you must understand that it's much more how you think about it and how you approach it every single day. So if you approach life in the best ability that you can every single day, then you're always going to find better attempts at living life, and you're going to always live your life to the best extent possible, and you're going to be able to really, really function in the world through magnificence and through encouraging yourself every single day to just live the best life possible. And you're going to find something to say and find something to do, and you're going to help yourself live life. I mean, you're going to always find that incredible nature in yourself to live life. And that's what you need to do every single day. You need to always persuade yourself to have the best conversation with yourself at first. And the more you do this, the more you'll find that you can speak, and the more you'll find that you can influence, and the more you'll find that you can do your best job in what you're doing. You understand? So, for example, many people don't make audio programs. I mean, they don't make YouTube videos, and they don't make things for themselves that is, for example, content that they can give to other people, because they don't believe in themselves as much as other people believe in themselves. I mean, yes, I mean, they don't have a purpose for that. I mean, they don't have something that they live for. I mean, in a sense, some people don't have anything to live for. I mean, you're saying, I mean, some people are living and they're struggling. I mean, other people are living and they're thriving. I mean, you must understand to always pick up inspiration from other people, because when you people watch, I mean, you can always find something that you're learning from other people and how people approach things. I mean, in a sense, so you're always learning. I mean, you're always doing something to help other people to grow. I mean, you understand? So that's the purpose. And the purpose is always that you always grow yourself to the best ability that you can every single day, making sure that you're always growing yourself in the process, but living life to the fullest every single day, doing the best job you can, making sure every single day that you're always helping yourself to grow in some kind of fashion. I mean, you must understand, and that's how you actually do the best job for yourself every single day. You're always helping other people to grow in the process, and you're living life to the fullest. And now I can give up easily, but I don't want to give up. I want to keep going. I want to make sure every single day that I want to help myself to grow. And now life can get boring if you have nothing to do. I understand that, but you have to always keep interested. I mean, you have to keep curious about life. I mean, you have to do something, even though you're locked up in your house for most of the day, for example. Because that's how it is when you get to better age, for example. I mean, you're not going to have as much energy. I mean, so what's going to happen is you're going to be sitting much more of the time, and you're going to be less physically fit, for example, and you're just going to be able to understand that, for example, that it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you must understand that you can go and get physically fit every single day. Go for a walk and get yourself out and about. I mean, help yourself behind the scenes to do something for yourself every single day of your life, where you can grow and you can help yourself to manifest your dreams. I mean, your dreams are worth it every single day, and if you really, really help to inspire other people to grow, then you always find something to say and do that's going to help you to do that for yourself. So if you understand anything about life, then you have to teach that. I mean, you have to teach everything that you understand. I mean, understand something about life where you're actually giving your whole heart. I mean, you're giving who you are. So anyway, guys, so I'm just at home over here. I quit smoking again, but this time I want to do better for myself. And I find that I need to travel through words. I need to be able to express myself through words every single day, because the more I express myself, the more I can upload into YouTube, and the more I can help someone with that. So it's much more about expressing my story every single day. So that's why I'm transcribing as many quotes as possible to put it up online for myself, because when I put it up online on amazon.com.au, what happens is it's out there, and like I have to spread my information across to someone, to help someone to succeed. So that's my purpose. So that's what motivates me to succeed every single day. So for example, I understand that I am not addicted to smoking cigarettes, but it's very stupid that if someone smokes a cigarette, it's a very stupid thing to do, to be honest. Because why do you want to kill yourself early? I mean, why do you want to die prematurely? I mean, why do you want to attract cancer for yourself? I mean, you understand? So every single day, I look to help myself to grow. I look to help myself to provide information moving forward, to make sure that I'm living life to the fullest every single day. So every single day I'm understanding that my next meal is going to be either lentils or wheat bix or tofu. I understand that what I want to do is eat tofu, and I'm understanding that I want to get myself back on track every single day now. I want to make sure I'm living the life of my dreams every single day, and I need to understand that it's very stupid for me to smoke cigarettes, because I understand that I started about 8 months ago, and the thing is that my 29th birthday was really going good. At the start of my 29th birthday, I was really doing good for myself in terms of my health and habits. And then I went downhill fully. I went fully downhill. I started smoking cigarettes. I started drinking caffeine again. I started eating meat again. And that's it. Apparently nothing else. Apparently now, the thing is that all I have to do is be able to be a vegan and stay away from cigarettes and drugs. So to break things down, just be a vegan and stay off the drugs and nothing else. So for myself to be someone who's drug free is the best thing for me. Every single day now, I'm understanding that what I want to do is, my feelings say to keep drinking coffee. My feelings are telling me keep drinking coffee, but quit the caffeine, in terms of quit the caffeine as well. So my feelings are telling me, please quit the caffeine eventually, but shall I quit the caffeine now? Or shall I quit smoking now first and then keep drinking coffee? I mean, what shall I do? Obviously, my feelings are telling me quit the cigarettes first of all. And shall I keep drinking coffee? I see my feelings say, just keep drinking coffee for now. And that way I can have an outlet to make sure that I'm breaking things down for myself. And eventually I'll go to decaf coffee and I'll drink that with soy milk. So that's how I'm going to break things down for myself to make sure I'm moving forward. But all I want to be doing is just to be heard. I want to be heard by life. I want to express myself to life every single day, leaving a legacy behind for myself to grow. And that's it. I want nothing else but to do the best job that I can every single day. And that's it. I promise you, every single day I'm always moving forward as much as I can. I understand I did about 100 quotes today in terms of writing quotes down and transcribing quotes for myself. And I have things to do. Like, for example, my quotes, I'm transcribing my quotes, for example. So I have 34,000 quotes. I have to sit down. I have to transcribe it into an ebook. I have to transcribe all of that writing, and I have to write all my quotes down again into my software, which is my laptop. and I have to sit down and I have to read while I'm doing that. And I have to do that for myself, but it's something to do, and it's going to get my internet, it's going to get my quotes on the internet, and it's going to help me to spread information across and nothing else. I promise you, if I don't live to achieve it, for example, then I understand that I did my best, and people can find my quotes on the internet anyway, as much as possible. So it's much more, they can find my quotes on my Instagram if they look, for example. But the thing is that I want to help it to become I want to help my quotes to come alive on Amazon.com.au site, so that people can recognize that work, and so that people can see it for themselves. But I don't want to go out there to give my work to other people to do it for me. I'm understanding that I want to do it myself. I want to give all my content as much as possible, and I just want to give who I am. I want to be able to express myself. I'm understanding I came a long way since before. I'm understanding what's improved in my life. I see I'm not a drug addict anymore in terms of illegal drugs. I'm not taking illegal drugs anymore. So I've got smarter in that occasion. I'm understanding that all I have to do is say to the doctor that I'm hearing voices, and he's going to put me on medication forever. And I don't have to work a 9 to 5 ever again in Australia, for example. So that's the door to not working a 9 to 5 job for me in Australia forever. I never again have to work a 9 to 5 job, even if that means being on medication, for example. And yeah, so for my life, I understand, for example, that what I need to do is I need to exercise for myself. But the thing is that it's not the best time for me to exercise at the moment. And why is that? Because I'm trying to quit smoking. I'm trying to get myself back on track with my habits. I'm trying to build confidence with my habits. And I stayed away from McDonald's for 20 days. So I've been eating McDonald's recently, and the thing is I've been going back and forth with my habits, for example. So that's been a psychological fuck for me. But the funniest thing is when I went to a prostitute over there, I went to a brothel house, or a playhouse, and this woman, this Asian woman, she's like, fuck, suck. She's like, fuck, suck. I fuck, suck. I suck, suck, yes. I see, she's like, I fuck, suck, lick. I lick, lick, suck, fuck. I fuck, yes. I fuck. I mean, she's so funny. I mean, you have to understand that this woman doesn't have much language skills in her life. And that's letting her down. And why is that letting her down? Because she's not smart enough to make money on her own in terms of different ways. But she needs to resort to being a prostitute to make money. When you can receive the money from the government, for example, for the rest of your life, and you don't have to work a 9 to 5 job, but she chooses to give her soul for other people in a way that she's giving her body physically to other people to make money. But all she has to go and say to the doctor that she's hearing voices, and they'll put her on medication, and she can get herself a disability support pension eventually. But she needs to be able to be in one of those rehabs for about 4 times. But she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to be in rehab for 4 times. But the thing is that she can get herself a disability support pension, for example. And she can stay on the disability support pension, but is it enough to live life? Apparently, yeah. You can live life on a disability support pension. And now, eventually, for example, if I live alone in Australia, I'm going to have to pay rent. I'm going to have to take care of the house over here. I'm going to have to take care of my dad's house. I'm going to have a car. I'm going to be able to go to the shops. I'm going to be able to live. I'm going to be able to live but I'm going to be alone, and that's the thing. So what I do is, for extra money, to gain some extra money, I can go work a 9 to 5. I can make an extra $1,000, and then I can also go and meet a woman, for example, because otherwise they're not going to meet me full on, and I'm not sure if they're going to meet me to the point where I am. And you have to understand that if a woman or a man doesn't chase you, then it's not worth having. I mean, you understand? So if they don't chase you all the way for you, then they're not worth it. I mean, you understand? So they have to chase you. I mean, you have to get other people to chase you. But the thing is that, for example, in my life, I have friends. But the thing is that I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be around them, because I have better things to do. I just want to spread my information across. I just want to be able to grow. I want to be able to understand much more about life. And now I see so many people having sex with beautiful women, for example. And now I'm not jealous of them. But the thing is that sometimes I wish that I had those experiences that they do. Like, for example, having sex with a beautiful woman in all type of ways. So I'm saying anal, I'm saying through the vagina, I'm saying to get those blowjobs and all that, for example. But the thing is that I understand it's never going to satisfy me. I understand it's really like looking outside for yourself. I mean, it's like looking outside for other people to complete you, kind of thing. And that's not going to help you. I mean, what's going to help you is being inside and living inside, because as Jim Rohn says, that you have to take care of yourself. You have to understand that you only live in yourself in life. So every single day you have to always develop yourself in core strengths. So make sure you understand that I've got smarter in my life. I see how much smarts I have now comparing it to before. And now I've grown in terms of my reading skills have grown. I'm understanding that I don't have to do my synonyms and antonyms because I'm reading books, but I can do it if I want to, just to understand much more. But the thing is that, for example, with Jalingo, I'm understanding that eventually I have to grow myself in that eventually. But the thing is that no matter what, I have to provide much more for myself. And now I can do without in terms of some things. But all the subscriptions that I need really is just Mega Drive. I just need my Mega Drive all the time. I need to be able to understand Mega Drive all the time so that I have it, so that I can produce my content and so that I can give my content forward. Because it's mega important for me to be able to post my content up online somewhere, and to download all my content and uppost it to YouTube, and to keep going with that for myself so that I can help myself to grow. But everything else I plan, everything else on my audio programs, I understand my audio programs are not as good as my video programs, but it's still something, and it's still something about my life. And now the more you document your life and the more you put it on YouTube, the better for you. I mean, the more people get to understand you, and the more people understand exactly what you've done in life. And now I want to create, like, for example, 10 years or 30 years of my life. I want to record my life down. I want to be able to record my life in the process of everything that I've done. I want to be someone magnificent in life. I want to make sure that I'm always doing the best job I can, but I have to do it behind the scenes while nobody's watching except me. And I have to actually always grow myself. So every single day I'm understanding that as soon as I wake up, I feel like shit, for example. And I don't feel like shit in my body. I feel like shit in my brain. My brain feels like shit. Because it's craving drugs. I mean, it's craving a dopamine hit. I mean, otherwise my brain just starts really feeling irritated. I mean, you understand? So that's why I have to keep drinking coffee at the moment, just so I can quit smoking for a bit of time, so that I can get over the hump of smoking cigarettes. And it's not difficult. I promise you, it's not difficult to quit smoking cigarettes. I mean, it's not difficult to quit caffeine. I mean, you understand? I mean, you must understand it's not difficult to abstain from drugs. But you have to teach yourself again. Yeah? You have to teach yourself how to live life again and again. Every single day is a new day, and new challenges and everything like that. And for example, going to the beach now, I'm understanding that the beach is done for me. I'm understanding that eventually I want to go to the beach eventually somewhere. But in Sydney, Australia, I promise you, and stuff like that, in Sydney and all that, I promise you I don't have to. But to go travel somewhere, I can go travel somewhere at the moment if I want to. But at the same time, it's not about saving money for me. But I need to have some money in my pocket so I can see my mum over there. So that I can have some money in my pocket. And not because she wants me to, but because I want to have some money in my pocket eventually and to have more money in my pocket. I'm understanding I get exactly around 4 or 5 payments. I get another 4 or 5 payments or 6 payments to my name from disability support pension. And then eventually I go to my mum, and now I'm in about a month and week time, I'm at my mum's house. And it's going to be good again to see my mum. I mean, it's going to be great to be able to be with my mum again. And to be able to just speak to her. I mean, to just be able to be around her so that she can teach me communicational skills, and so I can learn from her exactly what she wants to teach me about life. But the thing is that she doesn't want to document her life. And that's a sad thing. I mean, you must understand, it's not sad for me, but it's a sad thing overall that she doesn't want to document herself to be someone in life. I mean, you understand? I mean, she's a someone to me, and she always will be. And she's one of my great legends in life. But the thing is that my mum's always been there for me in terms of communication, and I understand that. But the thing is that I just want to become more aware. I want to watch Netflix all day. I want to help myself to do life. I want to do something with my life every single day. And now when I say I want to watch Netflix, I just want to watch images every single day. I want to sit with God. I want to just watch images. I just want to watch all the imagination of the world. I want God to produce all the information for the world for me every single day. And to give me exactly what I need in life. And that's it, nothing else. And God always gives me everything. I mean, God's given me a life. I mean, He showed me the way exactly. For Australia, for example, I understand I don't have to work a day in my life, the 9 to 5 jobs over here in Australia, because it's not for me. I promise you, it's not for me to work a 9 to 5 job in Australia. But overseas, when I go to my mum's house, I'm going to have to work a 9 to 5 job eventually, if I get my papers. And now if I get my papers over there, and look, I hope I get the papers over there in Germany. So I understand that 3 decades away, I'm understanding that 3 decades and about 6 years, about 36 years from now, I can get the age pension over here. I can get the age pension. And I can go live overseas with my mum, with an age pension. And now I understand that by the time I get my age pension, for example, I'm understanding my mum's going to leave the world. I'm understanding that what's going to happen is I'm going to come back to Australia. And now, if I'm single, I'm going to come back to Australia, because I don't want to live in Germany alone. I'd rather come back to Australia when I'm single and just live alone somewhere, rather than being in Germany. And now, depends. I promise you, it depends. I promise you, it's a lot of time. I promise you, a lot of time's going by. But I may not live up to 65 years of age. You never know. Maybe something happens to me. I mean, maybe I die in a car crash. Maybe I die in a plane crash. I mean, maybe. You never know. But I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die. I'm understanding all I want to do is get all my content on the internet as much as possible. And I want to do that fast, as much as possible, quickly, so that I can live my life. See, and if you see for example, my YouTube thumbnails and all my fashion photos and all that, I do that because I want to set an example for people to brand themselves every single day, and to do something around life where they can be heard and they can do something to reflect upon what they're doing every single day, to make sure that every single day is going to be the beautiful day that they need every single day. So many people don't want to do a lot of content. I mean, they don't believe in themselves as much as I do. I believe in myself so much that I'm teaching so much as possible, so that I can teach someone about life, so that I can teach someone exactly what I need to do every single day. So for example, with my music production, I have to get back into it now. I've been failing in some areas of life in terms of my habits, and my habits I've been failing. And you have to understand that with music production, it's more how I have to grow myself. I have to learn from the best. I have to make sure I'm keeping myself learning how to do that. I have to learn how to do music production every single day, because I don't know how to make music. I don't know how to do anything in life. And the thing is that I don't know exactly what to do about anything, but I have wisdom. I have wisdom, and I have to use it to my advantage. I have to make sure that I'm living my best life and nothing else. So I have to get my priorities straight. I have to get my goals up and running every single day. So every single day I just created a vision board for myself. I created another fantasy program where I'm showing people, for example, all the women of my dreams and stuff like that. And I'm just learning. I'm just going different places. I'm going through my imagination. I'm looking at what to do, why to do it, how to do it. I'm learning from different scenarios and different ways of saying something, and I'm helping myself to understand about life. I'm trying to understand that this doctor, in terms of this psychiatrist, has my blood test now, eventually, and he's going to be able to see the numbers from the previous numbers and the numbers of the current numbers about my blood test, because everything is numbers, and he's going to be able to recognize exactly how much epilim and how much olanzapine I've taken, for example. So tomorrow I want to go to the doctor. I want to go to the doctor tomorrow to get my medical files, so that I can go and get myself one of those scripts at the doctor's. Sorry, guys. So that I can get my medicine, so I can get my medicine for myself. And now my English, for example, has improved so much. I've improved so much in my vocabulary, in terms of my smarts and wisdom. I've grown my wisdom. I've grown in terms of life. And you must understand that the previous 8 months is going to be my next 8 months if I don't change my habits. I'm understanding that your life is based on how you live today. And you must understand that your next 5 years is going to look like your past 5 years. So if you don't change your habits, then your past 5 years is going to be your next 5 years of your life. So I'm understanding that, for example, I'm understanding that I do have a habit of reading. Every single day I'm reading. And now what have I been reading about? I've just been reading about different things, different thoughts, different ideas. And I've been just giving as much as possible every single day. And eventually I'm gonna get very, very, let's say, less in energy. I promise you, less energy I'm gonna have eventually to do things. And I'm understanding that my music's going away from me. I'm understanding life coaching's going away from me. I'm understanding everything's going away from me, basically. So what I need to do every single day is make the most of it now, because my life is now. And the more I help myself to grow for myself, the better. So I have to achieve a greater way of life for myself every single day. I have to always do something to succeed, because otherwise I have no other option. I have nothing else to do other than to just do my best every single day. So I'm not stuck in my house all day. But the thing is, I can go anywhere I want. I can go to poker if I want, but I don't want to go poker. I don't want to play poker. I mean, do I have the energy? I have the energy to do my work. I have energy to do my work. I have energy to do what I do. And I admire people who go to a 9 to 5 job to make some money and stuff like that, and to make a house for themselves and all that. But the thing is that once you get the house, you're not satisfied. I promise you, once you get the money, you're not satisfied. I promise you, I understand that. I promise you that what satisfies you is enough. I promise you, having a roof over your head satisfies you. I mean, you understand? I mean, I'm not gonna be someone in life who's gonna be in debt. I don't have debt with anybody except you must understand that I don't owe anybody money at the moment. I understand on Facebook, I went on Instagram actually, I went and advertised my content over there, and I owe Mark Zuckerberg $100. And you must understand I have to give eventually everything that I have to not owe anybody money. But I'm understanding that, for example, all I've done was promote myself. And every single day he just blocked my account from actually advertising myself on Instagram. But the thing is that I don't plan to advertise myself with money anymore. For example, I understand eventually that what I want to do is get myself a business card and just promote that to people. But I'm not going to have a huge sum of following, even though I am. I understand that the thing is that I just want to post as much content as possible online for myself to grow and nothing else. I want to grow my account. I want to grow the person I am. I want to grow every single day and nothing else. I promise you, growing myself makes me happy. I mean, producing content makes me happy. And staying away from drugs makes me happy. I want to be happy. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to do every single day in my life, every single day, learning the best things possible, just being myself every single day. But the thing is that, for example, I want to document my life as much as possible, and that's it. I want to document every moment of my life and post it on the internet. But if I do that in my life coaching programs, I'm understanding that my life coaching programs get boring. I want to be talking, I want to be teaching as much as possible in those programs. And that's it. I want to be able to express myself, because when I express them, when I'm expressing myself, I'm happy. And when I express myself, I'm happy to the point that I live life. I live life to the best that I can live life. I live life to the best that I can be every single day. And to have a conversation with yourself every single day is the thing that you have to do every single day of your life. You have to go through life having manifested your dreams and having manifested your life. But if you don't manifest your dreams, then understanding that no matter what, that your dreams is just to live in the moment. And when you live in the moment, I promise you, you achieve all your dreams. So you have to understand to set a goal every single day to just just to live in the moment as much as you can. I promise you that has to be your goal. To live in the moment without anything in return. And to give of yourself, to give something of yourself every single day is all that God's asking of you. You understand? God asks you to always do better every single day. So when you understand that, you take yourself out for a drink somewhere. You do something, you grow, you make sure you love your life. You express yourself because someone's listening to you. Do you understand? So the more you transcribe your quotes online and the more you do for other people, the more other people do for you. Do you understand? But I'm just one person in the world. There's going to be many people in the world. And there's going to be more than 7 billion people. There's lots of people in the world. And there are lots of channels of information that you can get for yourself. But everything I've got until now is paid for free. Everything I've been given life for free. You understand? And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't want to be a slave to other people. I don't want to be a slave for money. I'm understanding that money doesn't make me happy. I understand that what makes me happy is living a great life for myself. I understand that what makes me happy is coming from the inside, and nothing outside of me can make me happy except the images of everything. I'm understanding images make me happy, and I have enough images. But the thing is that I need more all the time. I always need more images. I need more imagination. I need more of a fascinating story. I need more of everything. It's better to have enough than to have more. But the thing is that when you just look at one image, I understand it's satisfying. I understand it's satisfying to look at one image. But eventually more is coming into your life. I mean, more prosperity and more abundance and more of life in terms of everything. You're getting life much more. But I'm lucky enough to have a mother in today's world. I'm lucky to have a dad. I'm understanding all my grandparents have gone from this world. I'm understanding them watching me now. I'm trying to live a life. I'm trying to understand much more. I'm understanding that, for example, my closest family member is me. All the time, your closest family member is you, and then those around you. So my other family around me is my dad, and that's my closest other family member in my life over here at the moment. And then my mother in Germany is my next of kin, and then it's gonna be my family in Serbia, and then my family in Austria. So, for example, if someone has an argument with you or someone blocks you, then just move on. I mean, they're not worth your time. I mean, you understand? So, just understand that if people don't understand your words and don't understand who you are on a daily basis, they're going to judge you. And as soon as they judge you, they think negatively about you because of the way they perceive you. So if they perceive you in the wrong way, it's because they're becoming wrong people for you. So just go the best way for yourself. But there's no wrong or right. But some people always live like that. I mean, they live in a right mentality or wrong mentality, and they always think right or wrong. I mean, what's right or what's wrong? I mean, they think like that. And what you need to be thinking about is you have to understand that there is no right or wrong in daily life. And you just have to be able to understand that. You have to understand that everything's happening for the best of the world. So if someone leaves early in life, it's because they chose to leave. And you have to always perform at your best. You have to do the best thing possible for yourself every single day. You have to express yourself, but the thing is, every single day, you have to understand that I'm growing right now. And I'm in discomfort. To some level, I'm in discomfort because I'm living life. And it's more, I'm dissatisfied. I'm dissatisfied with where I am in life. I need to do better. I need to have more than this. So I have to create more for myself in terms of what's going to make me happy. I have to make something happen. But all I can do now is I can just do this audio program at the moment. So do all you can do only. Just be able to do what you do in life. But the thing is that, for example, when I plan my life in all my programs that I do. I plan my life, I succeed in some areas, and some areas I fail at. And then I try to get myself back up, try to do better. I understand my dad doesn't have energy as much anymore. I understand he's either sleeping. I see my dad's either sleeping or watching TV, or either he's gone to a friend's house. I see he's eating, or he's drinking something, sitting down, laying down. My dad doesn't exercise much. See, it's his life. I mean, he feeds the dog. I mean, he talks to me sometimes. I mean, that's all he can handle. I mean, do you understand? And that's how it is. When you age, you have less energy to do things. And you understand? I mean, it's not the same anymore. I mean, it's not the same as it was. I'm understanding when I was a teenager, for example, that I had lots of energy. I had lots of energy to go out. I was going out with people. I was learning from people. I got myself in a bad crowd. And what made them bad? I mean, the thing is that they're all drug users, all drug addicts. And they were not content creators. I mean, yes, I mean, they were not people that have books on them. I mean, they were not people that write books. I write more things today than all of them. I do more work around personal development than they do. I have a greater legacy than they do. I mean, you understand? I help more people than they do. I have a YouTube channel. I have social media, and they don't. I mean, you understand? I mean, they have social media, but they're not using it. I mean, you understand? I mean, they're not using it as much as possible. I mean, you understand? I'm using my social media. I'm using it to the point that I'm helping people with my social media. But they're not trying to help people. I mean, they're just trying to help themselves. And that's why they lose. I mean, you understand? But anything that I can give you in life, I can just give you information. I cannot give you anything else except information. And information is everything. So if you understand, Jesus Christ gave you everything in information that he could. I promise you, everything that he was and everything that he is and everything that he will be, he gave you already. I mean, in a sense, so all you can give is information. I mean, all you can do is have people work for you to give you information, or you give information to other people. And the world's always giving you and feeding you information because you always need more information, but you also have enough information. You understand? So you always have to grow. You always have to do better. You have to be able to live your life to the best extent possible. You have to understand that people lived before you and people will live after you. And everybody's going to die. Everybody's going to live life. Everybody's going to go their own way. And you have to learn how to react. You have to learn how to do life in the best possible way forward. Every single day, doing the best you can. Making sure that you're doing something to succeed every single day. And that's it. I promise you, just make sure every single day you're doing better. So for example, in my life, I've gotten smarter in my life, in many areas of life. I understand my imagination is better. I understand my information is better as well. I improved upon my information. I improved upon my attitude. I understand my attitude is better. I understand I'm better in terms of everything that I do. But I just have to look better now and nothing else. I have to make sure that my life is successful. I understand everybody gets their own fair share of life. And those people who die early or die in a tragic accident or something like that, apparently it's meant to be. I mean, it's meant to be like that. I mean, look at what's his name. I mean, that guy from the Lakers, in terms of the basketball Lakers, what's his name? I mean, he died in a helicopter crash. I mean, with his kid. And his kid didn't get to live much life. I mean, you understand? But she had enough of life. And that's the time to just go. And that's it. Just live your life to the best extent possible. And I see how people just act. I see how they act. I see what they're doing. I see they're doing it for the better good. And you have to learn to respond. You have to learn to respond to life in a better way. I mean, every single day I see people in terms of something I never do. I never do what they do, for example. I do something better than them. Like I do something that works out for me. But they're doing something that works out for them, and that's it. So you have to respond in a better way all the time. You have to do life all the time in a better way. You have to find things to say. You have to find things to do every single day, always treasuring yourself to do better every single day, making sure that you become someone and nothing else. I have so many photos of myself that I'm thankful that I have that many photos of myself because it works out for me. I mean, it works out that my YouTube channel and my Instagram feed has my photos on it. And that's it. I have a channel where people can find me online. I do things for the better good for myself. And now I just want to help myself to grow. I'm feeling at the moment, I'm just feeling nice. I'm feeling nice. But I'm understanding that I have to quit smoking cigarettes in a better way. And I did quit smoking cigarettes recently. I'm understanding it doesn't help me to grow. But what helps me is staying away from cigarettes every single day and doing the best job I can every single day. I need to become more aware. So what I need to do is I need to either watch Netflix or I need to just produce some content. I need to find more ideas. I'm understanding that for today, I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna be at home because there's nothing else to do other than be home at the moment. I understand that I can go to the movies, but my dad's actually getting the car very soon. So he's gonna get the car. So it's early days. I'm understanding it's Anzac Day. It's Anzac Day today in Australia, and I need to do something. I need to have an outlet. I need to talk to myself. I need to upload content. I have to do something. I have to understand that if I don't do something, then I fail. Understand? I have to always be doing something. I always have to be interested. I have to be curious about life. What's curious about life now? What makes me curious about life? Just me. It's just who I am. I need to be always curious about learning. I have to be curious about getting myself the attention that I deserve. I have to give myself that attention. I have to talk it out with myself. I have to just express myself, because the thing is that when I talk, for example, I talk and I pass by time like that, and the more I talk, the better for me, because I want to document my life in a way that I want to be able to explain some things. And now it's been already 41 minutes of my life I put into documentation, and it's like time's going quickly when I talk. You understand? Because I take myself on a journey somewhere. I'm talking somewhere. I'm just leading myself into a journey somewhere, and time's going quickly. You understand? But if I'm not talking, then I'm just watching. Either I'm watching the screen, I'm watching the TV, or I'm just watching one image. That's it. And I'm breathing. I'm breathing, listening to silence, for example. I can do that while I talk. Understand? So I'd rather talk to just get my thoughts across and to get my thoughts out there and nothing else. So that's my life coaching podcast. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, but I'm still creating more. And I have to be a creator. I have to make music, but I have to push myself to make music, and that's it. I have to push myself to do things, because I'm still young. I'm still 29 years of age. I'm still in my 20s, for God's sake. You have to understand that life's going quick. I remember when I was 18, I wasn't doing the things that I was doing today. I remember when I was 18, I wasn't doing the things that I'm doing today. You understand? So what's changed? Since I was 18 years of age, I was going poker. I was in love with some woman, and I was around people, but I wasn't doing much of a life. I was doing sports. I wasn't doing much in my life. I wasn't making a legacy for myself. But as soon as I hit 25, I've been life coaching for 5 years now. And every single day I life coach more, I find out more about myself. I find out exactly what I can put myself through in terms of words. And I find out that the best conversations you have is with yourself. So if I'm talking all day long, then I'm always having the best conversation with myself. I'm always agreeing with what I say. And that's the thing, that if you disagree with yourself, then nobody else is going to agree with you. But life agrees with you anyway, even if you disagree with yourself. So the thing is that you have to always take people on a journey when you're talking. And make sure you're never wasting time. I understand. I mean, make sure you're documenting your life as much as possible. I mean, be all you can be, as Jim Rohn says. But I wonder how it is to die. I mean, I wonder how that life is. I mean, once you die, I mean, what happens? I mean, nobody knows exactly what happens. I mean, you understand? I mean, once you leave your body, I mean, you leave your body, I mean, where do you go? I mean, you go somewhere. I mean, you understand? Or if you die, you just go in peace. I mean, you just live in peace. And that's it. Eventually you rise. You rise. You go somewhere. I mean, you understand? You're going somewhere when you die, for sure. I mean, you understand? So the thing is that you have to become aware anyway that you can transcend this world. I mean, you understand? You can transcend everything. And you just have to leave your life on the table every single day. You have to be doing your life. You have to be doing a better world. You have to understand that there's always a better way moving forward, and there's always a better way to do something. But now, since my mum's coming into my life, I'm probably more communications happening between me and my mum now. And I'm understanding I'm more consistent with my mum. I'm more talking to her now than ever before. And we have a great relationship. And I never want to break that relationship. I want to be nice. I want to be every single day helping myself to grow. And if I'm not talking, then I have to do something. I have to do something either with my quotes or with Netflix and just read something. I mean, that's my day. I'm not doing much, but I'm doing something. I mean, you understand? But to me, not doing much is also something. I mean, you understand? So, for example, when I'm doing something, for example, I'm understanding that I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot in terms of effort to get myself out there. I mean, you understand? So, the more I upload content, the better for me. And nobody else is going to do that for me. Understand that? I mean, it'll be so nice when someone can do that for you. I mean, you understand? But nobody is willing to improve your legacy for you. I mean, except you. I mean, you're the only one that's improving your own legacy and nothing else. So everything in life is just you. I mean, you understand? Everything's you. So who's to say that Jesus Christ is not living today? I mean, you understand? I mean, Jesus Christ is living everywhere. I mean, Jesus Christ is in everybody. I mean, there's only God. I mean, if there's only God in this world, then something has to make sense. I mean, don't you think so? That life is one with everything. I mean, that number one is the strongest number. And that without one, there is no number two. And without number two, there is no number three. And you understand? So you have to go by logic. And you have to grow yourself in the best kind of way. But if you're not willing to do that for yourself, then you have to do something anyway. And you have to grow yourself anyway. Because if you don't grow, guys, if you don't always grow, then you're dying and you're killing the world around you if you don't grow. I mean, that's the best thing I can say to you is just grow. I always have to be growing because if I don't grow, then I may kill someone. I mean, in a sense, so I always have to either read a book, I have to listen to music, I have to experience things. I mean, what's the best thing that I can experience today? I say it's just being able to express myself, being able to get my content out there, being able to see more for myself, being able to experience more in all ways. But do I feel like going anywhere? I see no. I do feel like going somewhere in my words. I do feel like going somewhere in my vocabulary. I do feel like going somewhere in wisdom and in my imagination. I feel like traveling through my imagination. I feel like traveling through Netflix. But do I want to grab the car and go somewhere that I've never been and just walk about? See, that's the thing. I mean, Germany's coming up for me anyway. So that's going to be an outlet for me to travel. Otherwise, I wouldn't be traveling already. I'd be traveling to other places. I wouldn't be with my dad, for example. So that's the thing. That once my dad passes away, I promise you life's going to be better. I'm going to be doing better anyway. But that's one minus. I mean, you understand? I mean, my dad gave me as much as possible in life. I mean, he gave me everything that he could. So I'm always understanding. I have two selfie sticks. I have a tripod selfie stick, and I have one of those selfie sticks that you take images with. And that's it. So anyway, so I just went to the toilet. So for example, now I have to grow. I have to make sure I'm producing content. I'm looking to give my life as much as possible. I'm looking to help myself to grow and nothing else. And the only way I can grow is read more. I have to read more. I have to live more. I have to be in life. I'm understanding that if I have a kid, for example, and a wife, I still find myself in the same situation, just with more. You understand? I still find myself that I have to grow. I mean, if I have a kid, for example, if I have a kid and a wife, then guess what? I mean, if I have a kid and a wife right now, I still have to grow. I still have to produce content. I still have to upload all my content. I still have to experience more. I still have to do the best job I can. I still have to be the best version of myself. Regardless. I still have to transcribe all my quotes. I still have to watch Netflix. I still have to do the best thing that I can every single day. I mean, do you understand? And life is an experience. I mean, it's all in one. I mean, I lived life 1 second only. I mean, life is 1 second. I mean, who's to say that we lived up to 80 years of life? I mean, we live more than that. I mean, you understand? I mean, every single day you have to do something to succeed. And nothing else. So anyway, guys, I'm just going to do my life now. I'm going to try to do something to succeed. I feel like just doing some Netflix at the moment. I feel like relaxing and just absorbing my content, absorbing my life, just being in the moment, trying to do better for myself every single day, trying to see something, trying to travel. I'm trying to go somewhere. I'm trying to help myself to grow and nothing else.